For the people that don't know on my side of the globe, I just wanted to ask, what got you into the sport of boxing?
And I excelled in certain sports, but when I stepped into the boxing ring, it was a completely a different, a different thing I never felt before. And I did karate as well, so I have done combat sports before, and I did a lot of those sports for the love of my father, and when it came to boxing, just going inside the gym for the first time, I honestly don't remember why I entered the sport.
Mm.
And won my first three, lost my next one, and then continue to win for the next nine in a row until I decided I let them go, to teach kids in the gym, spar them, and I entered you know getting money, because around the 16 years old is where you know what I mean, you need to kind of become yourself. You got to figure out, all right, I'm gonna leave the house soon at 16. So that's what I did. I left at 16, and my parents were going through a divorce, and I actually had my boxing coach take me in. So
Wow.
that's really kind of like how it all got introduced. Really, like it was kind of like a push. Like, oh shoot, you gotta leave the house. Your mom kicked you out. Coach
Mhm.
brought me in, and I was like, I ended up loving it, and I fell in love with it ever since, man.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And a lot of people, that watch your channel and stuff like that, I want to get a little in depth into the person Mills, because you interviewed a lot of names. Matter of fact, just to ask for general sake, what's your favorite interview to date?
My favorite interview today.
Yeah.
Um, I think my first interview with Sugar Shane Mosley.
Mhm.
Um, I am, I started impressing other like companies, and that interview per se got me to work for Fight Height, and I got noticed on that per se interview a lot more than anyone else, because just the way I conducted it. Um, he's one of my favorite fighters as well. Um, he's in my top uh 10 interview guys, like, as far as when it comes to legacy and Hall of Fame status, and the knowledge. Like I said, I'm a fan, so I think he was the one that I felt like it was better, and that was one of the ones that I started getting better in the game too.
Mhm.
Like before that, I interviewed Shane James Toney, Roy Jones, Mickey Ward. Those certain names before Shane Mo still in YouTube was, and what YouTube wants. And now I'm getting an understanding of it a little bit.
Mhm.
And now I'm giving people my personality. I'm thankful that they noticed me and they picked me up. Uh, I think it was one of those partnerships that we had at the time, and I per se, it kind of made me want to get on my game a little bit more, because I
Mhm.
knew that I was gonna be noticed a little bit more. So it was real. It was regular freelancing. It's he just said, do you, and they gave me my first credential to Ryan Garcia and Javante Tank Davis in New York City. I'm very thankful for that opportunity because I was able to meet so many different media people. Never knew that people knew me like that. By what that press conference, I knew that I was like, oh, you know, I'm taking pictures with people that want to take pictures with me. So that's when I knew that I was like, okay, I'm thankful for this opportunity. I understand what a press conference is and how you got to move as a media, and they kind of gave me a perspective of how I want to move
Mhm.
moving forward.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And tell me a little bit about your relationship with Zab Judah. You know, that's an interesting one to say the least. You know, a Hall of Famer, 6-time champion. You know, undisputed. You know, champion. Fought some of the biggest names to date, and Hall of Famers that he done fought and beat himself. So, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, while working with Fight Hype, I was doing my thing and you know DMing people, fighters per se, interviews, and I came across Zab Judah, and you know he knew I worked for Fight Hype, and he wasn't interested in, you know, they had their little situation at the time,
Mm,
uh, and Zab was like, you're a cool dude. I see you around because Zab, I was on Instagram when it came down to media. I was like very popular because not a lot of people using the outlet.
mm.
So I used to always see Zab watching me all the time, and I try to put him on. He never got put on, and he knew I worked for Fight Hype. So one time we talk a lot on the phone, probably every day,
What's the
if
name of the
not every
channel that y'all started?
before champ.
All right.
Before champ, it's basically what I mean, getting all the fighters and coaches that become that their journey before champion. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter what type of champion you are. It could be your district. You could be a silver champion, whatever the case may be. But there's a feeling for it. There's a moment for it. You know what I mean? There's a step up for it. And everybody got a story, regardless. And a lot of people don't get their story recorded. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So Zach and I wanted to make sure that we could be. He was one of like that was one door, and then obviously Javante Tank Davis's coach Calvin Ford. You know,
wow.
uh, just working with him. He said the same thing. Hey, do your own thing. I could give you my content and I don't want you to be working with Fight Hype. And he was like the second, and I was going through situations with Fight Hype as far as like, hey, why didn't you give me that content from the coaches? And I just was like, hey, they didn't want me to give it to you, so I can't give it. And we kind of haven't fallen off after that. And just it's like God, bro. Like I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in God, and it's just like the combination of Zab Judah and Calvin Ford really got me out to go build my channel, my main channel, which is Mill City Boxing, and that started by me coaching the kids in Mill City from Lowell, Massachusetts, and they inspired me to do a boxing podcast, and it has took me to where I'm at today.
Wow. 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 All right. So, and a lot of people don't know about your experience with promotion and marketing and things of that nature. Tell me a little bit about your experience in the nightclub industry.
Mm. So boxing introduced me to traveling as well. Basketball, all like the travel team basketball, all the sports got me to travel. But when I catered to boxing, it was a big Latin community around my area near it's called Lawrence, Massachusetts, and there was a lot of talent there. They would come to Lowell, and I would meet a lot of people there, and then I would travel to Boston, and I would go spar people in Boston, or they would come to us, and you start building relationships to the point that you build the fan base organically,
Mm,
and I started seeing that as a teenager, you're boxing And sometimes if you have good structure and like when you're living with your coach, I was good when I was living with my coach. But when I wasn't living with my coach,
Yeah.
I was drinking and partying and then going to the gym and working out and sparring and like if it never happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um when you get older, that takes a toll on you. You know, and that's not a boxing lifestyle. So um I turned into nightclub promoting. I started meeting DJs as well, and those DJs were very popular, and I used to bring them to my town and artists, and then the artists started getting from local artists. It turned into like from artists to Joel Santana to like Jada Kiss to I've even had Kevin Hart after party. You know what I'm saying? And I've done big events, even Spanish events. You know what I mean? Gotay, Jay Alvarez. We seen Yandel after party. I've done a lot of. I've had Cardi B in my spot before she was like when she was a stripper. You know what I mean? And loving hip hop
Wow.
around that time,
Yeah.
and I got experience in that field very quickly, and I was the best in Mill City. Like nobody done the parties I ever did. Nobody. I own nightclubs to the point. That's what a promoter's dream is to own their own nightclub. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Cut the middle man. I got to that point. Uh, I used to cut hair. That was my first business.
Wow.
Paying attention to detail. Cause I left at 16, so I had to get busy with the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the reason why I left boxing and never became a professional fighter, but always stayed in the gym and giving kids the gems. And I always sparred professional fighters, and that was something when I was, I that's all I sparred. Honestly, that's all I sparred. I
Wow.
didn't spar. We didn't spar regular dudes like me and my cousin. I was the best at 152 pounds. Nobody was messing with me in my town.
Wow.
Nobody.
Sir.
Um, I was to the point that at the Golden Gloves, I was one fight away from fighting when I was younger, and very young at the time. And now I'm 35, so
Oh
you know,
wow. Wow. Man, you wise before your time, man. You seem like you done been around for about 30, 40 years doing this, man. 36, that's
what
young,
happens when
man.
you leave early,
That's
right?
young, man.
Right.
That's young. So, all right, we're gonna jump and change gears on this a little bit because while I got you here, I gotta pick your brain. It's a lot of different things going on in boxing today. But I do want to get your take on this Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation.
Mm. Very situation. Where do you want to jump in? I mean, what do you
Well,
want to talk about?
we're here now with
Already dangerous as it is for us to be, not following the rules. So that's one thing. Then there's another thing as far as did he do it intentionally or did he do it mistakenly or was he sabotaged? There's a lot of different things that me per se would not got like way above my pay grade, like way above my pay grade, and in the same time, I know what I seen won't be erased. So therefore, as as a Devon fan, I can't say that you can't not want to watch that back. Like, and then he already said he want the rematch. So now you're saying you want the rematch, but before you didn't want the rematch, your dad didn't want the rematch, nobody wanted the rematch. All of a sudden, you want the rematch. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia played chess moves with us on the internet. They got something lined up after something lined up after something
mm,
lined up,
yeah.
and it happens rapidly. They also do things in the media to make you not look at not look at things correctly because you get in sidetracked because they're making you pay attention to other things.
Hmm.
Now, we will be having Henry Garcia on the channel today. Ryan Garcia's dad,
Oh
as a
wow.
father figure, just having him to figure out how does he feel about the situation. I
Mm,
feel like that's important. As a father, he's upset. He told me about the New York, State Commission, but he's willing to come on the show, which I
mm.
believe
Wow.
is is solid. So
That's it.
nobody really knows that Henry's going on, with us tonight. So that's an exclusive, guy. So if I were you, I would smash that like button so we can improve the visibility of the show, because we're gonna talk this boxing here, and we about to get into some fire. All right.
You gonna have Henry Garcia, Ryan Garcia father, on today.
Yeah. Tonight.
Man, that's huge, man. And I don't think Henry Garcia even done an interview at all since this news
Not,
came out.
not yet. So
Wow.
y'all, yeah, y'all, you heard it first right here on Primetime TV.
Wow. 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 Much appreciated, man. So um with that being said, give me your thoughts on Bill Haney, you know?
Oh man, Bill. Man, Bill. I know Bill don't. Listen. I know Bill probably mad at me right now, but listen, I'm, I'm cool. Bill's my boy. Bill's my guy. Bill's my guy. Uh, I got no problems with Bill if Bill don't have problems with me.
Okay.
You know, I'm real smooth with it. I'm calm. I'm relaxed. Like Bill, Bill's just a father.
Yeah.
He's just a father concerned. He came in a little hot the last time he came on the show,
Yeah, he came in scorching actually. He was a little more than hot, but yeah.
and it's okay. At the end of the day, it's okay. I mean, I'm not a father. I hope I will be one day, but in the same time, I feel like I would have kind of went there. But like,
Some similar
I like,
similar way.
yeah, but like this situation, they're happy. I'm
Yeah,
happy that they're happy,
yeah.
but it's more like I bendito. Like it's like,
Yeah.
anything can happen,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the hospital they give you, a 90-day suspension or 120,
Yep.
whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know what his was, but when you look at his box record, it says inactive.
Yep.
It's suspended
Mhm.
until like indefinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He can't fight in New York. New York State Athletic Commission has suspended him indefinitely
no, I think he
upon
can't.
further review.
No, I think he's suspended because not Devin for that. No, Devin because every fighter gets suspended after the certain type of fight that they have
Lost.
after the. Yeah, so normally, like every fighter that most fighters shouldn't be fighting like twice in the same month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yep.
if you get hit a certain amount of times and the doctor looks at you, they'll probably suspend you for 30 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Now, have
more.
they said how long he's going to be suspended?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody. Dan Rafael. I didn't really watch the whole interview that he did with Devin, so I gotta check that out.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure he must ask that question because he has good questions.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And so, what do you think about Haney's stock right now since this situation? And is it any way can he repair it?
1.5 is probably where he at. 1.5 for him really.
Yeah.
He's complaining about that, and that's why he wants to sue Ryan Garcia because of that. And I think that that's you know it's crazy because that this fight right here is the most money that Haney has made,
Mm,
you know, and this is the most entertaining fight probably in his whole career
yep.
to be
Yeah.
honest with you, because it's screaming for, like, it was so it got more anticipated on wanting a rematch after the fight versus the fight, you know, and they turned it into that, because
Yeah.
remember, it looked like a whitewash. It looked like a wash. So now you're not even supposed to have that factor. Now we have a factor in that completely for screaming. So now, you have to get that rematch, like, because if you don't, and then you say that Ryan's ducking you, then that just sounds crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. He should.
That Ryan's ducking you, that would be nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be.
You know what I mean?
That
So
would.
you gotta fight him no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
when your dad said, "Yo, you didn't hit him. You went to the
Yeah.
park and you didn't hit him. I'm gonna take you to the. You're gonna go over here. It has to
Walk
be
you
on
right
that.
back down to the
It has
block.
to be like that. It has to be like that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. It
has to
does.
be like that, bro.
Yeah. It does. It
So
does.
that that
And
just
for him to be able to close that chapter, because wherever you go, whoever you fight, people gonna be antagonizing and asking you and interviewing you, asking you about when are you gonna get that back, or can you?
people, they want to fight him. You
Yeah,
know, they want to fight Haney. Like, he's a target for guys that are not at a draw. You understand? Haney's resume, how they looking?
yeah,
Cambosis, Jorge Linares, Jojo Diaz.
mm,
The only one right now is Loma. And what
yeah,
was that? Controversial?
yeah,
Yo, the walls are closing in.
yeah,
The walls are closing in, man, and it's sad to see. You know what I mean? Because boxing turns into, like, all right, you got money, so you could turn into wrestling, and we could, But hey, it is what it is. A lot of people lost a lot of money.
yeah, man. I know, man. That was a hurt situation. That was shocking to me, to be honest with you. I never thought that it would end up that way, but that first shot, it changed the whole everything. That first hit with that left hand, with Devin not having his right guard up for it, which I'm pretty sure he trained a million times for it, but I truly
That's not
believe
what
sometimes you
that's
can
not what Wally
overtrain.
Moses said. Wally Moses said he probably didn't train like that.
Mm,
It's a
mm,
lot, because that's
mm.
one thing. I like Devin. I put $300 on Devin, but honestly, he can't win that rematch with Bill in the corner.
Yeah,
He gonna need somebody else in there to work with him in there, to
yeah,
give him answers in there.
yeah,
And Devin, and then Ryan, you better come better than that, than what you did, because I wasn't impressed with what you did either.
yeah.
I
Me
was
neither.
impressed with the shots that you landed, and then it was impressive to see those, because he has and he has great punch accuracy. You know what I mean? He has a lot of speed. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
he has so much ability that you can't count. He was playing possum to get his thoughts together,
Get his
and then
energy
attack,
together too.
and then attack, and then and attack. So now, do we get a more of a boring fight, because Devin's not gonna be more? He's gonna be more. Your move gotta be huge, because you're not happy. He needs to be willing to fight, like how he wanted
But he
to
could
fight with.
fight. He could fight Mario Barrios from Texas. You know.
I think Mario Barrios is. No, I think that it should happen at 47. Um, but I think that these guys.
That's right. Yeah, 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 yep, yeah. And Keith Thurman broke his nose, so yeah, it's a rough spot for Barrios' trip. Freezing up a little bit. He's outside everybody, but be connecting back in shortly. Yes, indeed. Look, smash the like. Yeah, yeah, that's what's
Baby.
up. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, we're good now. We're good. What?
Love Puerto Rico. So listen, it was nice. Team Matias me.
Mm.
So I was able to be in the training camp, did the whole media thing from, uh, media workouts to the press conference to the post press conference to the fight to the locker room. It was a fun time. I was the only one for an exclusive workout the day before the fight. Uh, I was able to take a picture and have a conversation with Tito Trinidad, which is one of my idols. Um, I was talking to Yengo Flow, which is a reggaetonero. Um, I It was cool to hear that Eddie Hearn watches my show. I thought that was like
Hold on, hold on,
I
hold
thought
on,
that was
hold on.
really
Back
cool.
up, back up. It was cool to hear Eddie Hearn watches your show. Who told you that?
Eddie,
Eddie. Oh man, come on. So you had a chance to meet the man himself, the one of the biggest promoters from over there in Europe, man. Come on now. What was
yeah,
that like?
man, come back. That shit was cool, man. That was really nice to see him and him telling me that he watches my show. I think I took that and I was like, damn. When you have promoters watching your show, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because they're scouting out, what media is promoting their fighters and not promoting their fighters, and they're getting nosy. I think that shit's flattering. So I was
Wow.
not that was the shocker to me. And going to
Mm.
um, we went to the beach. I did a live on the beach. Uh, it was a good time, man. It was a very busy day, a busy week, but I did a quick little interview on Eddie Hearn on the way back to the in the airport, and I talked to Chris Mannix. He was on my plane on the way back.
Oh wow, Chris Mannix. That's cool.
Yeah, I told him, I said, we're gonna do an interview, and he's like, yeah, I know, we're gonna catch up. So
Man.
yeah, it was a really cool experience. Got the same wave. He liked what I'm doing. So yeah, he part of my team, and y'all part of my team too.
That's right. That's right, Primetime family. Everybody that joins in, that watches on Saturdays, on the weekends. My man Ramirez, appreciate you, man. You always, I gotta shout him out. He's one of my big longtime fans of the channel. And this is just the beginning, working with Mill City Boxing is a blessing. Really just teaming with somebody of this caliber, you know, I'm telling you, I can't even express the gratitude that I have for it. And I know that it's a once in a lifetime type of opportunity. A lot of people, they squander away good opportunities, but when you get to my part of the life, you realize that, them Haley comments only come one time. And you might not be around the next 50 and when you waiting for it to come. So, you got to take opportunities, good opportunities, that is, and, put your all into it, give it 100%. And that's what I plan on doing with Mill City Boxing, taking this YouTube thing by storm. They don't even know what's coming. They don't know the type of collaboration of me and this guy right here connecting together. It's a powerful thing.
I'm
It's a
telling you, and it's
powerful.
gonna be good. We bring in something different, bro. Like this guy right here. Y'all know he's a smart man. He doing some. I can't even. I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna tell people what we got ahead. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna let you guys see
yeah,
it
yeah,
your
yeah,
own eyes. You
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if y'all wanna call it back, we'll run it one more time back, and y'all tell me. You know what I mean? We'll run it right back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So now, it's been people popping in and out of the live. I just want to take this last bit of this segment out, and I want.
Listen, I've had the pleasure and the honor to be able to interview some of the greatest of all time and current. This boxing game has shown me a lot of love. So I'm gonna name my top five of all time, and then I'm gonna talk about my top five, like, current. All right. So we're
Okay.
gonna go with Roy Jones, James Toney, Shane Mosley, um, and Floyd Mayweather. That's four right there.
Four.
I do coaches a lot. I do a lot of coaches. And David Benavidez. Sorry about that. David
Mm,
Benavidez. Yeah, for
that's
sure.
right. That's right, man, man. Wow, wow, wow. And I guess just to end this out, what are some of the times and days you normally do your show that, people on my channel, when they play this back and rewind it and watch it, and they'll kind of know when are some of the best times to catch you on live, and what's the best ways to connect with you as well, even though I'm gonna post it all in the description, but this is just for the watchers. The big letter B, number 4, champ, easy. You know. And last, I just wanted to also just kind of highlight a interview you did yesterday with.
His name is Kareem Mayfield. He was a
Mm,
former champion.
mm,
Um, at 135 pounds, he sparred Manny Pacquiao a few times, and
mm.
Margarito. He was supposed to fight Mayweather, but they never did. He was my first ever interview. First ever interview, and it was a champion. So
Wow,
I
that's
was basically, it was all God. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Just like now.
Yeah.
It's,
Like I
and that's one of the things that I love about your channel. I love your interviews. I love your questions because you be asking them hard nosed questions that we don't see in the newspaper and or ESPN and the other big media outlets. So that's one of the the main things that attracted me to your channel, man. So definitely gotta give you your props for that. And
Nah, man, I appreciate it, bro. We about to hit 30,000 subscribers in within a year and a half. With the growth,
mm, wow, a
yeah, I'm
year
really
and a
happy with
half.
the growth. You know, feel like we were like the rookie of the year this year.
Got to be. You
Last year,
have to be.
last year.
Nah, I don't know, man. It got to be this year, man. 30,000 a year and a half, man. And doing the interviews that you're doing, connecting with the coaches. It's one thing to get the interview of the fighters, but to get the coaches and the fighters and the legends, that's
You know,
kind of big, man.
because it's tough because the coaches don't want to talk to people that don't know boxing.
Yep.
The see the fighters, they just want to get publicity. The coaches, like they'll look at our outlets, and be like, wow, like let's help them out, like you know what I mean, like they'll do something like that. But do they really get publicity off of it? I don't know.
No. Yeah.
It's just a coach. It's like, unless you're trying to learn the art and pay him to like teach you that, it's
Mm-hmm.
worth it. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, and coaches are nice to talk to in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially ones that have been at the high level on a B side. You know,
Now, just to end the note on the bus for Coach Calvin Ford and his team, what is the ways to connect to donate if people want to go and support it?
Calvin Ford has it
Okay,
um, on his Instagram posted,
okay, okay.
so you
So
could
y'all,
catch. Yeah, you could catch all that information. If anybody that wants to donate there, I would advise donate. For a good cause. A lot of people are giving $5, $10 to people that don't really educate you on the sport, or they just wanna just
hmm
throw away money. Throw
hmm
away money for a good cause, make you feel better.
that's right. For the kids at that, to give kids a future shot at a life. So, this ain't just something new that Coach Calvin is doing. We ain't up here trying to plead and beg for no money. This is something that's proven. It's a proven track record. So, I just wanted to highlight that because that's something that's much needed in every city, in Mill City, in my city, and Coach Calvin, he's doing it in his city of Baltimore. So,
Hmm.
definitely, want to just highlight that and make sure, people leave with that lasting note on that. But like I said, that was it for me, Mills. Man, I appreciate you, my brother. This is the first interview ever on Primetime Talk TV of somebody of your level, man. And I just appreciate the opportunity. And I look forward to many, many more moons of doing these interviews, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bro. I really appreciate you for having me on, man. And like I said, many more claps to go for. And
Yes.
just stay tuned, guys, because like I said, even when you look at some of my videos, you're gonna start seeing something different. So that's all I'm gonna say. We'll leave
Yes.
it at that.
Yes, and actually, when we finish this live, I'm gonna put his description to all his links to all three of the channels, and y'all can go to it, subscribe to it, check out his interviews. You will be blown away. You will be amazed, and that ain't even no hype up. I don't have to do no commercial, no disclaimers. I ain't gotta show no crazy props or none of that. All you gotta do is just click and go to Mill City Boxing and go to the Mill City Boxing Podcast and go to the Before Champs, and you'll see the proof itself.
And subscribe, baby, please. It's free. It's free. All I ask you is to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yes.
get, you be looking at the people that revisit your channel. It's like, damn.
Yeah. You gotta subscribe, y'all. That's how you're gonna get this new content. And I'm gonna let you in just on my website. It's already a banner for Mill City Boxing and Before Champ and the podcast up there. So you can go to primetimetalktv.com, click on their links, subscribe to the channel. But I'm putting it in the YouTube description, the Facebook, the Instagram and the Twitter and my TikTok. So it's gonna all be up there for y'all to connect with Mill City Boxing from here on out. Y'all just stay tuned, man. I'm telling you, y'all gonna be shocked, man. So anyway, with that being said, Mills, man, I appreciate you, my brother.